Greetings and welcome back to Cobweb Cottage. We hope you're all doing well.
And welcome to our first video of 2026, a year that we hope will bring more analog living into our lives.
Nowadays, in this AI-driven world, we have just been feeling really disconnected from real things, and we just want to disconnect a little bit more from technology this year and just find more joy in authentic experiences.
So we are going to chat about that and many other things, because this has become a cozy tradition where we look back to the previous year and reflect and answer questions from our lovely community.
So this is going to be a little bit more of an honest Q&A where we pull back the curtain and share some behind the scenes.
In case you're new here, my name is Jonas.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we have done YouTube videos full-time since 2020.
Crazy.
Quite a journey.
Our channel is a cozy place for those who seek a slower-paced life filled with simple pleasures and cottagecore with vintage charm. We are a bygone gal from California and a pumpkin carving artist from Sweden, living in a vintage storybook cottage in Sleepy Hollow countryside of New York.
If you've been with us since the beginning or recently discovered us, thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. But don't forget to subscribe and join our Cozy Cottage Club.
Last year, you all helped us reach 50,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. We are going to celebrate by doing a little giveaway. So we're going to share about that later in the video. So without further ado, why don't you pour yourself a cup of something cozy and let's have a nice little chat together, shall we? May our teacups always be filled.
Cheers.
Cheers. We want to share a little note that sometimes the world can feel very scary these days, and it can be hard to stay uplifting when our hearts are so heavy, right? We hope that by sharing our charming lives here that we can spread a little whimsy and charm and light into the darkness of this world.
We don't want to ignore the hard things in life, but try to focus on creating a cozy space where we all can gather and be comforted.
So this is just our little disclaimer that in sharing our personal challenges, we realize that that is just very insignificant in the big picture, but we are just real people like anyone else, and we all struggle through life, and that's part of our journey. So we just want to share that and hope to share some inspiration.
But now let's shift to a more positive note and share some of our 2025 in review.
So it was a very busy year for us. It was filled with many adventures and ups and downs. So why don't we share a little highlight reel of some of our favorite short form videos that we made last year that you might not have seen if you're not following us on Instagram.
Roll the clip. Our 2025 began with a trip to California, visiting family, and my twin brother and his family came from Sweden, and we did a lot of sightseeing together. The time we spent with family in California was cozy, and we stayed in a bit more because of the horrible wildfires.
However, we had some fun vintage adventures, and we were so happy to go to our happy place at Disneyland again. We celebrated our twin niece's first birthday with a whimsical Wonderland theme, and of course we had a mad tea party together. We flew to the moon during a vintage photo shoot with our talented pals of Paper Moon Shop. Back
in New York, we welcomed spring at Cobweb Cottage with cleaning, because a pipe had burst while we were away. The Hudson Valley springtime is so renewing, with tea parties and picnics and pretending we are hobbits in the countryside, or like we live like Anne of Green Gables.
We visited a few of our favorite towns in the springtime for some vintage shopping and thrifting. We visited the Real Stars Hollow in New Milford and Old Weathersfield to see their upcycled bikes on Main Street. We had a getaway to one of our favorite Connecticut small towns, Mystic, and stayed at a mermaid-themed inn.
In Sleepy Hollow country, we went to Lyndhurst Flower Show for the first time. We celebrated halfway to Halloween in costumes, and we even entered a costume contest that I won as my Pumpkinhead Scarecrow character. We also celebrated the start of a spooky Summerween with watermelon carvings. We spent several weeks in Sweden for midsummer, visiting family. We lived the lagom life at a lakeside cottage, enjoyed lots of fika, and played with our nieces and nephew, embracing our inner child. We even had a Summerween party together. We visited some castles and other places in the countryside that feel like you're in a fairy tale. We did our own antique road trip in Sweden and came back to New York with our suitcases filled with little treasures to turn our home into a storybook cottage. We enjoyed the magic of our little cottage garden in the late summer. We joined a pirate crew with friends that came to visit Sleepy Hollow for the Mermaid Festival.
And I joined a spooky book club hosted by friends at Cozy Coven in Sleepy Hollow, which is always fun for a ghouls night out.
We welcomed autumn by turning our cottage into a cozy storybook world. We spent our wedding anniversary in Connecticut visiting small towns like New Milford, the real Stars Hollow for the Gilmore Girls' 25th anniversary. We kicked off our spooky season in Sleepy Hollow at the Lyndhurst Mansion Halloween party.
There was so much to celebrate during Sleepy Hollow's Halloween season. Jonas showcased his pumpkins at many locations. We attended so many spooky events and had a legendary time walking, or should we say skipping, in the Halloween parade as Dorothy and the Scarecrow. As always, we decorated the cottage for a vintage Halloween and even had some guests to celebrate our birthdays.
We always try to savor the end of autumn in November when the last leaves fall. Once upon a wintertime, our December began with snow, decorating, baking, and crafting at the cottage.
We kicked off the holidays in New Milford for their tree lighting at the gazebo that felt like being in a movie. We did our best to shop small to support local businesses for the holidays and every season.
Our holiday in Sleepy Hollow were festive with friends at some of our favorite holiday spots. And we were so happy to win the Connecticut Christmas Movie Trail contest with our charming content. We are so grateful that 2025 was filled with families coming together and lots of adventures.
We also made it to the semifinals of the America's Favorite Couple contest, which was a really interesting and fun experience. Thank you so much to everyone who voted for us. And it was so wonderful to see how everyone loves a good love story.
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you.
No.
So as I said before, it's become a little bit of a tradition to answer questions from our patrons in the first video of the year.
Thank you so much for sending them in. And what is the first question?
What are you proud of accomplishing in 2025? First of all, I'm thankful that we made it through the whole year as YouTubers.
And freelance artist.
Yeah.
In the beginning of last year, we did this Q&A video and telling you all that we didn't know if we were going to be able to make it another year on YouTube because things have just been really rocky, but we did it. It was still very rocky. We had to definitely take some odd jobs and seasonal jobs to supplement our income. But, we know it's a tough time for everyone these days, and we're just so incredibly grateful for our supporters on Patreon.
Yeah, and to everyone that bought art from me, it's an honor to be an artist.
Definitely.
With some nice art collectors.
And by the way, if you're not familiar with Patreon as a platform, we just love the space that we have over there that we call our Cozy Cottage Club. There are different tiers you can sign up to at different price points and get loads of access to all kinds of exclusive content, from exclusive videos to behind the scenes photos and previews of your artwork, a book club, movie watch-alongs. There's like so many fun things that we do over there that I hope you all can join us for. There's different price points and different tiers. So there's our Charming Club, and there's Fika Friends, and then there's Pen Pals, where we send out physical mail. And that's fun, snail mail.
And not to mention the art collectors tier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, we are so appreciative to our Patreon supporters in believing in our charming life vision.
Sometimes I feel like I want to join.
You want to join?
Yeah.
You want to join the Cozy Cottage Club?
Yeah, because it's so fun.
It really is. It's so cozy.
So if you feel like you want to sign up for some more exclusive content from us, please do. You're so very welcome.
And last year we reached 50,000 subscribers, so that felt like an accomplishment. I mean, it took us a very slow pace to get to that point, but we know it's not about numbers necessarily, but sometimes we just wonder if we're a little too boring or something. I don't know. We're very grateful for our community, but it's been slow. It's been a little slow.
I mean, I knew always that I was boring, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And sometimes slow is the way to go through life, you know?
Yeah.
You see much more things.
It's true. I mean, we're all about slow living, so I guess that just makes sense.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, like, compared to other channels, it sometimes seems like we might be a little boring.
Sometimes maybe we feel a little irrelevant or something. I don't know. But we're very grateful for those who do watch our videos. It means so much.
Another milestone to mention is that 2025 was a year for me when I become a US citizen.
Yay, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So now you're a dual citizen of Sweden and the US. It has been 10 years since you have lived in the US, which is crazy. And so we had a choice to either renew your green card or do the process last year. And we decided to take the journey of doing the citizenship,
taking
which
the
was
plunge.
A long and expensive journey. But we are very grateful to have this opportunity for you in a time when many people are not given that opportunity. So we don't take that for granted. And the journey was very eye-opening, wasn't it?
I had to do like a interview, and it was very much questions that it was over 100 questions that I had to practice. And you told me that perhaps now I know more than many Americans
I
do.
think so.
But I don't know. I know you kind of forget when you don't have to know them.
It's true. But I am so impressed by you that you studied really hard and you were given 10 questions out of 100 that you had to answer verbally, not multiple choice, not written down. That's hard, I think. And you did it with flying colors. So very proud of you. And by the way, we have an exclusive video of your immigration journey on Patreon because we had to go into New York City several times for it. And when we did, we tried to make a little day of it. And we saw some really interesting sights and sounds of the Big Apple, didn't we?
It's a beautiful town.
Yeah, so it made us go into New York City, which we normally are a little afraid to do, but we ended up making some really fun memories. And there was also some very wild things that happened on the whole process that we detailed over on Patreon. There's just too much to go into right now. But when it was all said and done, it was quite the experience.
And the next question is, what are some of our personal goals this year? Well, I'll tell you something that I already reached all my goals.
What?
In the first day of the new year. So the rest of the year is just going to be entertainment. No, but I have a lot of loose ends, in projects laying around. So I'm gonna tackle that and see what I can check off. So how about you?
Well, this year is a big birthday year for me, so see if you all can guess. Be kind. And we've both been talking a lot lately about how we tend to neglect ourselves a little bit. A lot. In the beginning of the year, we can be off to a good start and when we're less busy. And then when it comes to the second half of the year, in cozy and spooky season, things just kind of get out of control for us and we just stop taking care of ourselves. So we've tried a lot of different things over the years and just nothing has really stuck. And so we're kind of tired of feeling that way, aren't we? Because I know that it's not only taking care of ourselves now, but for our future selves too, right?
It's an investment.
Yes, exactly. So we really need to make this more of a priority. So this year we are really focusing on better nourishment and gentle movement. And we are happy to introduce you to this video sponsor, Hypnosio. Hypnosio is a revolutionary self-hypnotherapy app that helps build a better relationship with sleep, food, and exercise. Self-hypnotherapy helps you identify and release underlying patterns that may be holding you back. Hypnosio provides a science-backed approach to sustainable weight management by working with your subconscious. There's no calorie counting, just short guided sessions that support mindful eating that help you recognize true hunger signals and reduces stress. I personally love how these guided sessions leave me feeling so focused and encouraged to tune into my body more. Because you know what I think is the hardest part? Is just finding the motivation to get started, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I agree.
I feel like in general we eat fairly healthy, but I have a little bit of a sweet tooth when it comes to your baked goods.
Well, I don't blame you. I do it myself.
Yeah. I've already noticed while using the app that I've felt a gentle guiding to curb my cravings, portion control, and reduce stress over eating in a social setting. I've also noticed how it helps reduce cortisol levels, which leads to better days and better sleep. I found myself excited to do focus meditations because it fits easily into my daily routines. Over time, it helps make healthier choices feel second nature. Hypnosio offers a gentle science-backed approach to long-term well-being. 94% of users maintain weight loss better than control groups. So what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or in the pinned comment to get 15% off your first subscription and try it for yourself. Thanks again to Hypnosio for sponsoring this part of the video. And what is the next question?
The next question is, what is the most difficult thing to film? And what is the most rewarding things to film? I personally think it's harder to film inside.
Yeah.
Because we live in such a small cottage and with the lenses and stuff, it doesn't always cooperate with us.
And the lights and the microphone, and would you believe how long it even took us to get to this point of filming today? It never goes easily, let's just say that.
Yeah.
And then we end up filming sometimes very late at night. And I feel like sometimes the hardest part of filming inside the cottage is that we just tend to make a big mess along the way, and then when we're super tired, we have to clean it all up. Or trip over everything.
Yeah, but that's when you have a small home with a filming studio, an art studio, and a living quarter. It's a lot to balance.
It sure
I feel.
is. But the other side of filming things around the cottage that is very rewarding is the nature. I think that's my favorite. It's sometimes it takes hours just to sit outside and try to capture Tippy the chipmunk running around in the garden. But that part is just so relaxing and fun for us. Wow, we get really so excited over very little things.
Yeah.
Like a chipmunk. But he's so cute.
Growing up, I always saw a postcard that was framed in my childhood that said, if you have small things to be happy for, you have a lot to be happy for.
Oh, that's really cute. I would say another thing that is very difficult to film is our travel episodes. But we love doing them. But being out on location is always just like so unpredictable. There's always like weather, things. You're either sweating a lot in the summer or freezing in the winter out in the snow. But we love capturing the magic of like these small towns that have like so many hidden gems. And sometimes we just really have to wait to get like the best clear shot of a spot, because we try to avoid showing people's faces and things if we don't have their permission. And so sometimes it's a lot of hurry up and wait to get the right shot, and people probably just think we look crazy with what we're doing sometimes. And it's just like very long days sometimes filming the travel. Like we walk so much, especially during the Sleepy Hollow Halloween videos. Those ones are a beast.
Yeah.
But it's fun, but it's exhausting. And another thing that we've been doing more recently that is so rewarding and fun for us is filming with family, with our very charming nieces and nephews. Aren't they sweet?
They are the sweetest.
In California last year, we were filming my sister's twin daughters, our adorable nieces, their first birthday, which was Wonderland themed, and they were the cutest little Alices in Wonderland. And of course we had a Mad Tea party together.
Of course.
Yes. And you were the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to just get lost in Wonderland together.
And it was fun to be with my twins' family in Sweden over Midsummer.
Twins everywhere.
Yeah, twins everywhere. It was so fun to just, celebrate a holiday together. And just make a cake and just have fun in the Swedish summer.
So your twin brothers' children are so fun and so creative, and they really got into the filming process with us when we were doing our Midsummer video.
Yeah.
And so they were baking so that we could film that, and making flower crowns, and they even helped direct some of the shots. They got really into it. They wanted to learn a little bit of the filmmaking, and that to me is just the most rewarding feeling, that I could teach them some of what I do, and they even helped with some of the editing process. That was really fun. We also love collaborating with friends when we get the opportunity, and we had a very fun adventure last year.
Yeah, I tell you, I was up in the moon.
You flew to the moon?
Yeah.
Me too.
Because our friends own a business called the Paper Moon Shop.
They invited us to come for a photo shoot, and we recreated vintage photos. I had to pretend I was Hedy Lamarr, and you were my shooting star.
I know.
It was
such
fun.
a cute little hat I had.
So we would love to do more of these kind of time travel type videos where we get to dress up and kind of immerse ourselves more in history.
Yeah, we always say to each other that we are time travelers. And I actually start to believe that.
Maybe we are. Don't know. And this year we have been saying that we want to be kinder to ourselves in the creative process, because sometimes we get excited and a little carried away, and that's fine and fun, but also it should be okay to sometimes just do a little bit more simple videos with simple editing, because I don't know about you all, but in this digital age right now, the world is just like moving so fast and there's so much overstimulation that I personally enjoy more slowly edited videos, and I think that that would also just be a win-win situation.
Yeah.
For this year, we're trying to be more kind to ourselves that way.
And we must dare to be humans.
Very true.
You know, show maybe the imperfections sometimes.
Basically, what we're trying to achieve is making all of this creative process more sustainable for us. Maybe some videos we'll put a big effort into, but maybe some will be a little bit more simple. And just trying to find the balance there, because in the last year, we've been really struggling and not thriving for quite some time, and it would just be really nice to get to a point where we feel like that again.
As we said before, we have been doing this full time since 2020, and it's a really hard work, you know, just filming a video every second week.
Yes.
And before we used to do this every week.
And over the holidays, sometimes we do every week.
It kind of feels like you're never off. So
you literally, weekly videos give your mind no chance to rest or think or sleep. It's just so intense. And so that's why we need to figure out a way to make this sustainable, not just for our income, but for our health.
Everything doesn't have to look perfect, is my opinion.
Yes. Yes. I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, okay, just let go. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, we are creative people, and it's a trade we carry to perfection.
Yes.
You know?
Last year we started to do more compilation type videos, which was a way of being kinder to ourselves. And actually those ended up being some of our best videos of the year. And I just think that is proof that you can repurpose and reimagine some of your older content that you worked really hard for in a new, fresh way. And in that way, we are able to put out the seasonal inspiration or holiday stuff very early in the season, so that people, when they're looking for it, you know, because it takes a lot of time to make new seasonal content, and that was really helpful for us.
Yeah, it's been an eye-opening the last couple of years to see what people want when they want it, because I can feel like in the middle of the summer, when it's so hot, people are longing for like a crisp fall.
Yeah.
So they start to want the fall content already in the midsummer.
Yes.
So we have to adapt to that. It's not only, we can't follow the calendar blindly, you know.
And you know, we've been doing this for so many years now that we feel like we've kind of done everything now.
Yeah.
And kind of running out of ideas, but not quite. We have some for this year. We would love to get a bit more crafty, and we have some fun plans.
So Lindsay, what's the next question?
And the next question is it hard to keep up with all your internet platforms, especially in an AI world?
Oh, don't get me started. It's a jungle out there.
It's the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
As creative people, don't you feel like you just want to create and not have to market yourself all the time?
Yeah, more time for just being creative.
Especially now with so much AI content out there, generative AI, they can be pumped out faster than we can ever keep up with.
Personally, I feel that YouTube have become more overstimulated a little bit of the new technique we have. It's been a little bit hard to adapt and, still feel the value in yourself, what you do.
Things just move so fast that my head is just spinning often, and it is so hard to keep up with just our emails, all the social media platforms, the filming, the editing. You know, we take breaks every once in a while, but lately we've just been realizing that we're just kind of on this hamster wheel, and we've got to figure a way to get off, because I can always tell when I'm doing too much, because literally my eye will start twitching and it's like warning signals to myself that I'm overdoing it. It's just kind of a scary time to be content creators in this AI world. I suppose AI can be a helpful tool, and time will tell how this all plays out, but we don't really believe in using AI as the creative source, if that makes sense. So we're a little bit torn on all this right now. It's just still all developing, but we're torn because of the environmental impact.
I wish that AI could solve more problems, making it easier for humanity. Maybe solve world hunger, stuff, important stuff like that. And I feel it's developed so fast, and now it's in the entertainment industry, and you can see videos that is flagged as AI that looks real, and that's a little bit scary to me, at least.
It's going to be harder and harder to tell what's real on the internet.
Yeah.
And personally, as an internet user, lately that has been leaving me feeling very disenchanted with the internet. I used to go to so many platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube for inspiration, and lately I feel like I just have to weed through so much fake stuff to get to any of that, and I just think it's a shame, and it's making me not want to be on the internet as much anymore. And for us, I just feel like there's so much real beauty in the world out there that I don't understand why there needs to be fake versions of it.
I know. Well, if you go outside sometimes and see a couple of nice birds, I still get enchanted of it. Next question is, what are simple ideas for analog living?
So there seems to be a new slow living trend almost every year. By the way, is cottagecore still a thing that people are looking for?
I don't know. What do you think?
We would love to know, because cottagecore is still very much our personal aesthetic and way of life, but it's definitely changed since 2020.
I think that the lifestyle is still there, but it just changed names.
Exactly.
Maybe analog living is the new cottagecore.
This new trend that everyone is talking about, analog living, is all about kind of going back to that feeling of your childhood, kind of pre the exposure to the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you give any practical tips on how to embrace this?
Yes, so it's all about finding ways to de-stimulate yourself, because we're all hit with so many notifications and overstimulation everywhere we go. And going analog isn't necessarily going completely screen-free, because that is a part of our society now, and it's all about finding the balance, basically. It's about finding ways to unplug from our digital life in different parts of our lives. So what would you say are some analog hobbies, activities?
A magazine or books. I mean, things that you can hold and flip.
More tangible things.
Personally, I think I not enjoy, it sounds like a hobby, but just have a regular calendar that when you write by hand, in. And also, like, if I don't like to go into my phone and have a list of stuff I need to do. I'd rather have them on a note.
Yes.
So that I can check it off. Or rip the little paper when I'm done. It's very rewarding.
It's all about finding ways that make you more happy, to be more hands-on and more offline, like journaling or getting more crafty, or maybe joining a club. Those are just a few ideas.
Another analog thing is to actually watch DVD movies instead of going online every time. I heard a lot of families are doing that. They bring back the VHS tapes, and it seems like their kids love it.
There's a lot of nostalgia in this trend of analog. I think people are just tired of the subscription models that we've all gotten used to with streaming and devices, and kind of just miss having physical media. So basically, finding your analog life is just a slow living way to try to have more mindfulness in your life, more concentration, and more focus, and to be more present. I'm for all those things because I personally feel like I could have a lot more focus in my life again.
I feel like we should cut down our screen time and add more green time.
Yes.
Because gardening is something that must be the most analog thing you can do.
Getting your hands out in the soil. And we must say there are two sides to every coin. We are very grateful that because of the digital world that we are able to have this job to be creative online together and make these videos that you're watching. Thank you. And because of technology, we are able to keep in touch with our family that is long distance, and we are able to save some space in our little home. So it's not all bad. It's just about finding that balance. I would definitely love to cut down our screen time and editing time and just be able to spend a little bit more of that time on more physical hobbies.
The year for that, to embrace that. And, gonna collect hobbies. Maybe switch your alarm clock to an analog clock.
We've been talking about wanting to do that. One with nature sounds, not with the annoying wake-up call sound. And we hope that if we are able to implement some more of these analog ideas, that it will help with our overall burnout, because I feel like every year we're talking about how burnout we are again and again and again. Don't you think that maybe it could help with that?
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And the next question is, do you have any advice for running an Etsy shop? And what companies do you trust for art prints?
How long have you been on Etsy?
I've been on Etsy for 9 years now.
What?
And
is it really that long?
Things have changed for sure.
Yes.
It's not the same thing for me as an artist, as a traditional artist nowadays. It's not the same thing. It's much harder for me to sell art prints. 3 companies that I can recommend for art prints is Environ Print, Print Keg, and Finer Works. Those are the 3 printers that I always tend to go back to, and depending on what product I want to print. My advice for running an Etsy shop is, first of all, know what you want to do. What kind of artist are you, and do your research and try to figure out what people search for and sell. Try to find something that doesn't have too much competition. That is easier said than done. I know that it's a jungle out there, as we mentioned before, between all the platforms. To be on Etsy right now feels a little bit like upside down because of generative AI. It has changed a lot during the last couple of years, at least for me, if you are a traditional artist.
To me, it just feels so strange that artists like you or musicians have to start labeling their work as human-made and not AI. I mean, you've never had to do that before.
No, never. But there is a time for everything.
Yeah.
I personally think that AI should help humanity solve the problems it's facing right now. It's a little bit problematic when it has entered the artistic world.
And kind of choking out real artists because they cannot keep up with the low price points that AI can do.
Yeah, that's the problem. Something that AI can't do is to create original art. I'm gonna be as original as possible.
More original than ever.
Yeah, and if you follow me, you might see the change coming now this year. One option is to have your own website and try to sell by yourself, building real connections with people.
There is a whole lot to learn. I've learned from you on this art selling
we
journey.
Never run out.
And our more recent endeavor has been getting your art into more local boutiques and gift shops. That's been really cool. So your art is now at Cozy Coven in Sleepy Hollow, which is a very nice store we love. And also in New Milford, Connecticut, the Real Stars Hollow at Ant Company. And don't you think meeting other artisans and chatting with them about their process and giving each other tips and tricks is just like really uplifting? It's so nice to be part of that community.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to, meet other people that do the same thing and also encourage other people in the same business.
Because it can be kind of a lonely path.
It is.
And meeting other people is really important. And so this year we also might try to do some more pop-up shops or vending or pumpkin carving things, just more reasons to get out.
More in-person events.
Yeah, because that might end up being more profitable than online. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we're gonna take my art from the screen to the people. I think that's a good way to say it.
And I hope that the more that AI kind of is taking over, that more people will come to appreciate true craftsmanship and artistry. I hope that people will come to value it a little bit more. Maybe some good will come from all this, where artists will be valued more.
I totally agree, Lindsay, and it was very nice how you put it.
Well, I believe in you so much, and we appreciate everyone who has ever purchased some of your artwork and shown the support.
Yeah, you guys' support is like the key here. I wouldn't be here without you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all artists out there that still believe in the traditional way of creating art from something that you have inspiration inside of you to bring that out and
sharing that
out
gift
to the world.
Yeah, sharing that gift with the world. So
keep on.
Do not give up. So the next question is, do you ever plan to own your own home? And if so, would it be in Sleepy Hollow area or somewhere else?
Owning our own home in this economy? Are you kidding? What do you say?
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not know when we would ever be able to own a home at this point, especially not in the Hudson Valley or in Westchester County in Sleepy Hollow area. It is one of the most expensive counties in the country, and it's kind of a miracle we have survived this long. We know we're not alone in feeling like this, that it is really hard to find your dream home. We don't want to give up on that dream, though. We really would love, eventually, whether it's renting to start or owning some kind of old Victorian cottage, more in the countryside, somewhere that we can just truly make our own, because we've been renting here at Cobweb Cottage for 8 years now. 8 years in 500 square feet. That feels like a dollhouse. I feel like we've kind of outgrown it at this point.
It feels a little bit like that.
There's only so much that decluttering and organizing can do. At a certain point it comes to, we just need a little more space. A dedicated room would be so nice, to just have a studio, a door you can close to your work and kind of separate your personal and work time.
It's very hard to have a art studio and a filming studio and a bedroom and a living room and kitchen in the same kind of household.
As a couple from two completely different parts of the world, we felt most at home here on the East Coast. It does get lonely, though, being so far away from our family. So sometimes we toy around with the idea of what would it be like to live in, closer to family. And that is one of our most asked questions. Is always like, well, why don't you guys live here or there? Or why do you live there? This has been the hardest part of our journey together, finding where we feel at home. So after 10 years of living on the East Coast, we're not sure what's next. I feel so bad even saying this out loud, because Cobweb Cottage has given us so much. It's been our first real home together, and it's been everything for us, and we would never want to leave Timmy the Chipmunk behind, but we have started to think about that it might be a really nice new chapter in the somewhat near future to find a slightly bigger cottage. Maybe in Connecticut. We're always ending up out in Connecticut all the time. And so we thought, well, maybe somewhere on the Connecticut side that's kind of close to Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So if anybody out there has any cottages for rent, let us know.
Yeah, we're not messy people or anything.
We like to think we're great tenants.
Yeah.
And if we could find somewhere to put down a little more roots, a bigger place that family could come also visit us would be really nice. And maybe we could even get a cat at some point, because I think at Cobweb Cottage, that isn't really a possibility for us right now. It's just a little too small, and we travel so much. So I really don't think that's fair to a cat. We've thought about fostering this year if we can get to that point. I think that'd be a really cool experience. Every cottage does need a cat, and I love cats.
Yeah.
And it's been sad not to have one.
I would say like every time a cat comes in here, it becomes a little bit more happy.
It's so true.
It's something, you know.
I feel like every cottage needs cats and company, and we have had very little of that. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So a question for you, Lindsay. Do you do any handiwork like crochet, knitting or embroidery?
Well, I wish I could say yes, but the short answer is no. Kind of film and photography has kind of always been my main hobbies and passions, but as we've been talking about, I would like to be a little more screen-free and find a hobby like that, something that kind of fits in a really small space and that won't hurt my back and my hands, because that's already a bit of a challenge for me.
Yeah. Handiwork will be a part of your analog journey this year.
Yes, I would love to find something. I think writing was always one of my passions as well. This year, we really want to make more progress on our children's book that has been our dream to write together and for you to illustrate.
Yeah, I mean we started it, and the plans is in our heads, and it's pretty much written, but not on paper. I don't know how to put this. It is 2026 is the time for it.
We sure hope so. We've been trying for so many years, and so many of you comment about that we should write children's books because of the way our videos are feeling like a storybook come to life, and that is on purpose, because in the meantime of making videos, we've been using them as a way to experiment with like the kind of storybook worlds we would like to create, but like so much more because of your artwork. And the next question is, do you have any European trips or other travel plans this year?
I feel like we always have some travel plans.
Always, because we're always having to travel to family, which we're very grateful to do. We didn't used to be able to spend as much time with our family as we do now, which means so much, especially with all of our nieces and nephews. We've loved our own personal travel adventures, our charming travel too. For the longest time, I've been dreaming of like a UK road trip to all these like real life fairy tale places. I hope that happens. But also this area in the Northeast is just filled with so many hidden gems we have not even scratched the surface of. We are so passionate about charming travel. It is one of my favorite things to do, to find hidden gems and showcase them through our videos and social medias. And we've gotten to know so many wonderful business owners through that. I don't want to give up on our travel videos. I know they haven't been maybe always our most best viewed on YouTube. They are honestly some of my favorite things to do, isn't it? To find real charming places.
Yeah, to find the cozy spots away from home, you know.
Yes, exactly. So we want to do more of that, more thrifting and antiquing, and just our little charming adventures we love so much. I mean, as an international couple, travel is just always going to be a part of our lives.
It's nothing we can escape.
So we want to use that to our advantage, and just whenever we're visiting family or anywhere around this area, we just want to find all the hidden gems. It's just it's like a treasure hunt.
And the last question is, what would make you happy this year?
I think that's a very thoughtful question.
Indeed.
So thank you for asking.
So besides health and happiness and all these obvious things that we all want, I think I would be happy if I feel like the work we put out works for us more than it have done so far.
Yes, because we really push ourselves a lot, and we're not getting any younger. It would just be so nice to feel like we don't have to constantly be working to survive. It's been our biggest dream to work together creatively, and we've been living that dream for 5 years, and every dream has a lot of, hardships and the reality of it too, but it's also you're making your dreams come true, which is what we always are trying to do, right?
Yeah.
But it would be so nice to be able to just take time off and not feel guilty about doing that, and just to spend time together when we're not working, because that doesn't happen super often, where we can just celebrate each other. We are usually working through our anniversary, our birthdays, and everything else.
Pretty much every holiday.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's very rare that we can just take dedicated time off just to be together. This year will be our 14-year wedding anniversary. Isn't that crazy?
That
And a big birthday year for me.
worth to celebrate.
Yeah.
It is a year of celebrations.
It really feels like that. So I hope we can find ourselves in a position where we don't have to feel so stressed and working so hard all the time. I'm always saying that I need like a wellness retreat or something.
Yeah.
I just need a break. It's been
Yeah,
really
more-
hard. And don't get us wrong, we're so grateful to be doing this together.
Oh yeah.
And even if we are working, when we take a road trip where we get to stay somewhere cozy, we're so grateful for those opportunities. It's what we've dreamed of. But just every once in a while, it would just be nice to feel like we can afford the time and the resources to just be together. And you know what else would make me so happy this year? It's just to have more whimsy in my life, more fancifulness, more imagination, maybe even being a little bit more weird than we already are.
More, yeah. I would love to be more weird.
Let's be more weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
We're gonna
know.
start tomorrow.
I
do
started today, if
one
you couldn't
weird-
already tell.
One weird thing a day.
I like
At
that.
least, minimum. I like it. More whimsy.
More whimsy, more charm. The world needs more of that, right?
So if you still are here, congratulations.
Yeah,
You made it all the way.
through our ramblings. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at Cobweb Cottage. And for any time that you ever stop by our channel, it just means so much. And to say thank you, we are so excited to be hosting a little giveaway. What do we got, Jonas?
We got a little piece of Cobweb Cottage for you. It's a human-made painting by me. It's a little bird's perspective of our cottage.
So how to enter the giveaway is to answer the question that is in the pinned comment below. Only the entries on the pinned comment will count, so make sure your comment is over in there. And the question is, how are you bringing more slow living into your life this year? How are you making your life charming? We would love to hear.
I'm so excited to hear what you're gonna say. And as an additional thank you to every one of you, I decided to host a little sale on my Etsy shop with the code New Year that gives you 20% off orders of 20 or more.
So thank you so much again for joining us for this cozy little Q&A. We hope you found some inspiration for your charming lives. That is always our biggest goal and hope. And thank you so much again to our Cozy Cottage Club members here on YouTube and also on Patreon. Your support means the world to us. And your support in any way is honestly so helpful, even if it's just sharing this video with a friend. That means so much. So thank you again and for joining us here at Cobweb Cottage. And we're wishing you all a wonderful new year. We hope many of your dreams come true. And remember to keep your teacups filled, right?
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Cheers.
Cheers and Happy New Year. Bye for now.
Bye for now.